The Prime Minister later discussed what she described as a big and ambitious US trade deal with Donald Trump, and they both agreed that Brexit was a wonderful opportunity for a far-reaching trade agreement with the US. Do you remember when Brexit wasn't even a word? Wasn't even part of our vocabulary? It was one of those words that kind of creeps into your everyday speech without you even noticing, like spiralise or Pornhub. Started as a cute word to try and make an extraordinarily dull referendum campaign a bit more fun and accessible, inclusive. Hey kids, Brexit. But the word is here for good. And nowadays usually comes part and parcel with some apocalyptic story of a no-deal Brexit where the planes are grounded and the fucking army are called in to deal with civil war in Ireland and a mass outbreak of gonorrhea and a shortage of sperm because most of our imported jizz comes from EU countries apparently. I don't know why we need all this jizz, and I'm not going to ask. Frankly, Brexit, it's fucking everywhere. It's like crabs. I'd like to have a word with David Cameron about all this. Actually, he calls a referendum, then he just fucks off. Oh, bye then. And we're all still so open-mouthed at the result that we kind of forget to kick his fucking teeth in on his way out of Downing Street. And the only person who seems genuinely annoyed at David Cameron is Danny Dyer. Cameron fucks off and leaves one of the most complicated and challenging political manoeuvres in British political history to Theresa May, who is to strong and stable leadership what Myra Hindley was to babysitting. And she's a Remainer, pretending to care passionately about Brexit when she didn't even vote for it, which kind of undermines her negotiating position, really. Then she puts David Davis in charge, a Brexit secretary so self-assured that he turns up to the negotiations without any paperwork or notes whatsoever. Wow, what confidence! He must have something incredible up his sleeve. Nope, it's just a bouquet of incompetence. So May the Remainer is pretending to be May the ardent Brexiteer. Jeremy Corbyn, a long-standing Eurosceptic, is leading a party that overwhelmingly supports the EU, even though Labour is meant to be left-wing and the EU demonstrably isn't. The SNP, they want Brexit delayed. The Lib Dems, they want it stopped, or more to the point, the Lib Dems want anything that will make them popular again. Meanwhile, instead of working out any sort of coherent position on anything, Labour and the Tories continue tearing themselves apart while the EU are just stood there rubbing their hands with glee. Why is it when it comes to Brexit no one in any party can give us a straight fucking answer? May's been flip-flopping more than a dying trout, which for her is actually quite a flattering visual comparison. And then she finally comes up with the Chequers deal, which has an approval rating of 18%. That's less popular than the poll tax. Anyone who's been paying any attention at all for the past year would have known that the EU wouldn't accept the Chequers deal. When all this started, we were actually in a fairly strong negotiating position. There are all sorts of reasons why the EU needed to keep us sweet, but it's too fucking late now. They can't wait to see the fucking back of us, I bet. Yeah. Well, whilst Theresa May was at the UN General Assembly, closer to home here in Westminster, things were...